Hello everybody, I'm on the assignments page here on Canvas, and of course you see the discussion, the Wednesday and Friday installments for the week, as well as the reading questions, and deals with chapter 2 in They Say, I Say. But let me draw your attention to something a bit larger, although your deadline is not for 2 weeks. You'll want to get an early start on it because you've got to use 3 different kinds of sources on your wicked problem, the wicked problem that you mentioned in that last piece of writing. So here it is. Be sure you read through all of this carefully. I'm going to skip over a few details, but you need to read the whole assignment, things to do, things to avoid. Now, the centerpiece of this is the wicked problem you wrote about in your statement on a wicked problem. Remember that 2-paragraph thing you wrote? And on the grades page, you can see my comments on it, any suggestions I have, and anything you need to keep in mind. So that same wicked problem now is going to be the part of the topic for this paper. The other part of the topic are the 3 sources on that wicked problem, 3 different kinds of sources. And the first one is one you can find at the Mesa College Library. See that link right there, Mesa Library? Now, there are 2 ways to go about this. If you're familiar with library research from other classes, great. You can go ahead and get started. Go to the A to Z databases and look for a database that fits the topic of your wicked problem. Now, they're all alphabetized here because there are hundreds of them, but you have a place to get subjects. Click a subject and that will help you get started. If you're fairly new to this, or you try this and say after 20 minutes or so are not getting anywhere, go back one screen and if it won't let you go back one screen, just go to Ask a Librarian here on Canvas. Now, this is really helpful. These are librarians who are on duty every day and every night, and through a live chat, you can talk to a librarian and say, listen, I'm doing a short 5-paragraph paper on a wicked problem I've chosen, and of course you tell her what the problem is. I need 3 different kinds of sources. One of them has to be an article from an online database like the library has. In fact, it has to be from a database from the library. There are plenty of them. The reason is that library databases contain articles and sources that you can't get through Google because libraries have to pay thousands of dollars every year to subscribe to the databases. So you will get a hold of sources that you just can't get anywhere else. So keep that in mind. And back to our assignment. On the assignments page. Little clunky today. Okay, so that's the article. You can use Google for the web source. So if you look down here past my instructions on the article, a website source, and you have an option of another source, either another article or another web source. But remember, web sources come in all flavors, from really smart to really stupid. So don't use one that's obviously biased. Don't use Wikipedia, because anybody can go in and change the article, rewrite the article, or post some bogus research of their own. You want expert stuff. So find a Google source that lists edu, like the back part of the Mesa College's web address, tells you it's a university or college, or sources that are from a national organization or institution or something that has some credibility, and not just some lame blog by someone who does not know what they're talking about. Okay? That's my best advice on that. So you'll have three sources. Your first paragraph won't be a description of any particular source, but a general introduction. And you can use the first paragraph from your Statement on a Wicked Problem assignment for most of it, and then just add your stated purpose of examining three sources that discuss that problem. So that gives you a kit for the first paragraph. And of course, the second paragraph will discuss one of the sources, and then the third, and then the fourth, each one getting its own paragraph. And just use the steps here I have in item 4. Remember, you're going to be summarizing. Yeah, you can quote a little bit, but no more than one sentence from each source. Mostly it's going to be summarizing. Be really careful about that. Don't use anyone else's words that are not your own unless you clearly are quoting. And the fifth paragraph is where you compare each source to at least one of the others you discuss. Okay? Then 2 spaces below that fifth paragraph, type the full bibliographic citation of each of your sources. And I show you how to do that on the modules page. There's a website there that's really handy. And I even tell you which page to go to on that website. You're going to be coming back to these instructions often, trust me. And then besides the things to do, things to avoid, and this assignment will be different than the last one where you would have been typing directly into a text box. This one asks you to upload the finished 5-paragraph paper. And you'll see a place to submit that here. Okay? And that's the news for this week. Please get started soon, because it's going to take some time. And if you have any questions, hop over to the discussions page, go to the class chat room, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. And I hope it's an interesting process, that you picked a really good problem because you had an interest in learning more about it. Have a great week.